Basically, I've been just putting out a few videos about the times that I've sort of like met celebrities. I mean, they don't really, I guess, count as meetings, but they're just like celebrity encounters of a sort in like a really, really like I was there, they were there, they don't know me kind of way. Anyway, one of the stories somebody wants to hear was the time that I met Busta Rhymes, kind of, sort of. Basically, it was the time that he had dreads, and his barber at the time was getting like more and more ambitious. So the razor line was going like from here to here to here, where the dreads just started to kind of just sort of almost recede, but he still had like sort of like the Nas Caesar going on with the designs. And I remember being not quite of age, and I had made these fake IDs for me and a friend. I had made these fake IDs for myself and a friend, and we just really wanted to go to this club that he was going to be at. It was like Busta was like hosting the party type of thing, and I don't remember. I don't think I went to the concert. Like I just, for some reason, this is really hazy, but I didn't go to the concert, but I just wanted to go to the club because like I was like really into clubs when I was 18. It's like I burnt myself out because like from like 18 to 20, all day long I wanted to go to clubs, and then all of a sudden when I turned 21, I just never wanted to go to clubs again. I just wasn't into it. You know, it's the same like hot box, same people, whatever. You know, wasn't into it. Anyway, Busta Rhymes was like hosting some sort of club event, and it had to have been some kind of like interesting weekend. This was in Atlanta because like everybody was there, sort of like this sort of super hip hop kind of crowd, and I was just excited because I'm really into rap or whatever. And anyway, finally, you know, we're all partying and dancing and like and like we're mingling, and somehow I've, you know, got myself in some sort of like VIP situation where I'm just partying and dancing and mingling amongst these celebrities with my friend, you know, and we're just dancing or whatever. And suddenly like Busta Rhymes finally gets there. And see, when I was 18, like it was important to me, like, oh my God, Busta Rhymes is here. I really want to get a picture with him. You know, I was so excited that he was there, and I wanted to take this picture, like, you know, just to show everybody that I've, you know, got a picture of Busta Rhymes. And so, you know, as he scoots, like, instead of like mingling like everybody else was, like, it wasn't really like, I don't know, to describe it, it was just kind of like one of those situations where everybody was sort of like in a room, and it wasn't really like stuffy or anything like that. He went into like this room with a door, and he had that whole Busta Rhymes, sort of like that, kind of like the crazy eyes, and he's like, you know, that rah, kind of like, you know, just walking around, like his eyes in the room, like almost like a reptile, like he just kind of like head all out, like, and just looking at people like, just like they were like, I don't know, like prey or something. Just the way he was just eyeing everybody. I don't even want to say, it wasn't even in a sexual manner. It was just like, you know, like in a Busta Rhymes kind of way. Just sort of try to envision that when he had the dreadlocks and like the ponytail, pony Caesar, Peaser, whatever that was. Anyway, so he goes into this room, and his bodyguard was like standing there, and so like people start pouring, like girls are going in, I guess, and going out, and people. It was like a couple of people like going in, coming out, whatever, I guess, and I don't know what was happening in this room. All I know is that at some point I asked his bodyguard, I was like, oh my God, can I take a picture of Busta Rhymes? He was like, he goes, who? He said, you and who? I said, me and her. He said, okay. He's like, hold up. I said, okay. You know, just wasn't thinking anything of it. Like, okay, I want to take a picture of Busta Rhymes. So he goes into the room for about maybe, sorry, my phone just went off. So he goes to the room for about maybe 15 to 20 seconds. It was just like a little bit, like, and long enough to explain whatever he was saying to him, but like not like a super long time. And then all of a sudden, Busta like emerges out of the room. And he goes like, you know, that little reptile look, you know, his like eyes all crazy and bugged. He goes, you're just looking, you know, like at me and my homegirl, like, whatever he did, kind of like grunts, whatever, and then like, you know, he looks at his at his security guard, grunts again, like isn't even like speaking words, and he goes back in the room and closes the door. So the security guard comes up to me and says, I'll tell you what. He's like, yeah. He's like, you guys can go. He's like, you guys can go take the picture. And I was like, oh, cool, okay, let's go. And I'm just really like, oh, like I'm gonna take a picture of Busta Rhymes. I was like excited. He goes, oh, he's like, wait a minute. He's like, you know what you have to do for that picture? I said, have a camera? Like, I don't know, what do I have to do for the picture? He's like, no. He's like, it's not more than having a camera. I was like, Busta Rhymes is like, is he charging us to take pictures? He's like, no, sweetie. He's like, you know what you have to do for that picture. You can have the picture, but you know what you have to do. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. He's like, you ain't getting a picture then. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm serious. I was like, all right. So that's my Busta Rhymes story.